Hi, my name's Jenny and this is my Forwards GR20, and tomorrow I'm about to embark on an adventure where I'm going up to Edinburgh to do the Rapha Pennine Rally, which is 500 kilometres over the Pennines over 5 days, and it's all self-supported, and I've got on board my tent and everything I need to survive. I have obviously packed my bike and it's ready to go, which I'm really excited about, and it's taken like a lot of today. And Ian has asked me to unpack it all, so that's awesome, and show you what's inside. So as you can see, I have fully embraced Apidura, and I think I've pretty much got everything in their range going on here, so I can maximise my capacity of stuff that I can carry. I'm going to start by unloading the stuff that I might need in the day, because those things tend to be like on the front and more accessible. So in the very top bag here, my top tube bag, I have, these are really important, so you can like sing at the same time as riding, my headphones, a lip balm, some hand sanitizer, because you know, it's nice to be vaguely clean, and a teeny tiny lock. Cool. Oh, and this is really important as well. This is a bit quirky. I also have a tiny Lego Space Baby, because, you know, it seems important. Better than this one. So then I'll go to the back, because then I have some things in my boot that I might need in the day as well, like a waterproof jacket and a nice puffy jacket, keeps me warm, and some gloves. Those are all the things I'll need out of there in the daytime. And then on this one, I've got some bits that I might need in the day as well while I'm riding. I have got a buff, a pen. I weighed it. I know it seems like a luxury, but it was like 8 grams, and I just think it might be quite handy. A plastic bag, oddly handy. Look, first aid kit, very responsible, with my emergency contact info, and a pound, which is bizarrely useful as well sometimes to have a pound. I've got a tube in here. I've got a small pack of wipes and some tissues. And a pump, it's quite important. And this has got all my charging things in it. So a bunch of cables to charge everything. I think every electrical item I have has a different connector, which is super useful. So there's all the cables that I need, and then in here I have 2 battery packs as well, which hopefully should keep me going for a few days. Fingers crossed. I have also got this, which is a kind of an overflow rucksack. If I buy some food or something like that, I can pop it in there and just take it to like the campsite or something like that. In this kind of add-on Apidura bit, which I got quite recently, it's really good. It's like a little overflow bag. So in here I have got, I literally, just because I couldn't find anywhere else to put them, my pair of really tired old Tom shoes, but they do fit in there, which is quite handy. Okay, because I did this, this isn't the right place for these, but I decided it was a good idea to take an extra pair of socks, so I just put them in here rather than having to unpack the bag. So there's another pair of socks in there as well. And then in here as well, I have some overflow food. So I've got some noodles and some snacks as well. And this, I haven't brought this on a ride before, but I made a lot of notes because of this ride about kind of like what like each day will entail. And so I kind of just wanted to take my notes as well, because they're really useful. It tells me a lot of stuff. Yeah, so I'm taking that as well with my pen. Okay, so that's that. Right, so that's, okay, and then also things you'll need on the day are obviously water bottles, which I empty at the moment, my Wahoo, my light, and I'll have a tail light as well. And then I'll show you in here. Shall I show you what's in here? This is my toolkit, apart from the pump. So in my toolkit, shall I do it down here? I have got, this is quite useful. There's a tiny penknife, which has got all kinds of different gizmos on, including a pair of scissors. So we've got plugs because I have tubeless tyres. I've got some gloves because they're quite handy. I have a quick link tool or a chain tool, and it's got some quick links inside as well. And it's also tie levers as well. Zip ties. Neck hanger. Ian says I have to take this because apparently if you break it, it's really bad and then it's crazy to fix. So there we go, I have one of those. I have some lube. My chain has actually been waxed and we decanted a tiny amount into this bottle so that I can just top it up on the road. This is my plug tool. I've got some patches and also some valves. In there, I've got some brake pads. I've got this, which is a funny little tool. It's quite important because it's unique to this tracker here, this Nog tracker, which I have on my bike. And it does these screws here, which you can't take off unless you have this tool, which is quite handy because it means someone can take off the tracker if they nick the bike. I need to take the tool just in case this screws come loose, because then I can tighten it up again. I've also got obviously the tracker's great because if someone nicks your bike, you can chase after them. But also, I think when I'm camping, it's got an alarm on it, and which might be quite handy. So my bike can be alarmed, and if it gets moved in the night, it'll make a loud noise, which would be quite handy. So that's that tool. I've got this. It's like a mushroom. It's blue. I don't really know what it's for. I think maybe it could be for the Lego baby, like an umbrella. If it's really really wet, it will keep her really nice and dry. So that's what that's for. Actually, that is possibly, it has two purposes, and the other purpose, apart from a Lego baby umbrella, would be to plug a really big hole in the tyre so that I could put a tube in instead of tubeless if I had a big hole, a big puncture. So this is, I haven't taken one of these with me before, but I'm going to take it this time because it's really annoying when you try and put air in your tyres and it's all clogged up because of sealant. So this will declog the valve from sealant. So that'd be quite cool if it gets clogged up. Oh, I think it's empty now. Oh no, I've got my, this is something to do with DI2. It's really important. Ian's making me carry it. And it's definitely something to do with DI2. And at the back, right. So I'm taking this because it does the cable on the DI2. It takes it off in case my mech broke. I would have to disconnect the electric cable. So I've got the tool to do that. There you go. And then probably the most important bit in my tools is the actual tool itself, which it's a brand new one. I'm really excited because it's teeny tiny and it's wicked, and it's got a chain breaker and all sorts on it, but it's super tiny. And I have used a chain breaker and I can make it work, which is really cool. Okay, right, so that's everything in my my tool pot. So we'll go back to the bike. What else have we got? So now, oh, there's one more thing in here actually, which is super important as well, which is some cash on my card as well. It's a really nice wallet, isn't it? I think many people would aspire to have a wallet as beautiful as this one. Yeah, so cash, bit of cash. Right, okay, and then we'll go for the back now. So on top, because I have quite a small frame, I have nowhere to put my tent poles, so they have to go there, unfortunately. They don't fit here, and they don't fit here either, so they have to go on the back. But I've done quite a few journeys and they've been fine so far. I haven't arrived at the campsite and found they're not on there anymore, so these are my tent poles. I'll put these down there. So also in here I have my wash bag, limited washing. I'll show you what's inside. I think it's quite honed down. Okay, so we've got, look, full-size toothbrush. I got these recently from a zero waste shop. I was pretty excited about them. You see those? They're not like really, really fun tablets to get you up the last climb. They're actually it's actually toothpaste, but it's really tiny. Just in case, you know, outflow comes. Some pseudo-cream, some sun cream, which I decanted. Earplugs in case it gets raucous at night. Hairbands. I'm only taking a comb, and I normally take a hairbrush, so we'll see how this goes. What's the worst that can happen? This is Wilderness Wash Pocket Soap, which apparently you can use for like everything. You can use it as soap, and you can use it as washing up liquid, and you can use it to wash your clothes as well, apparently. And they're little tiny like leaves like this, and then they disintegrate into soap. So they're very, very teeny tiny, and they do everything apparently. Although I have got this massive luxury of some shampoo with me as well. And then I got some really nice tiny samples of chamois cream, which is really handy because they're really small. And then I have a towel as well, which is super lightweight. So that's everything in there. And I'm using these awesome IKEA bags, which are super cheap, and they're really, really light. Got one over here for my shoes as well, and there's other ones in there as well. But they're brilliant. They weigh nothing, and they're really good at like separating stuff out and getting you organised. Okay, so also in here I have my clothes. Obviously I'll be wearing some clothes, but these are my extra clothes. In another IKEA bag. I've got a jersey, a top, some leggings. I brought some leg warmers so that I can turn my shorts into tights. And I'm not going to take out my underwear, that can stay in there. Thanks. Okay, and then the last thing in here is my tent. I recently upgraded from a Amazon special tent to this tent, which I was umming and ahhing about for a while because this one was quite a lot more expensive. My goodness, it's tiny, and it's really light as well. It's awesome. It's from Outkit, and I think it's called the Ultra, and it's a one-man tent. It's teeny tiny, but it's really small. So yeah, bits of my tent. I've got the inner, the outer, the ground sheet, and also the pegs as well. So that's the whole tent with the poles as well. And that's that bag empty, and that's that bag empty, and that bag empty. So then we've got the fork bags I'll do next. So in this one I have food. This is how I cook and eat. So I know there's like really, really like classy food you can have that's really expensive and ideal and nutritious, but I've got some mac cheese mugshots. And in here, this is my great spend of last year. This is my titanium cup. It was really expensive, but it's really cool. And it's really light. I've used it quite a lot. It was really expensive. And I have 3 packs of my breakfast, which is instant porridge, where you only have to add water and no milk, which is quite handy. So that'll be my 3 breakfasts on the way. And in this one I've got coffee. I've got really disgusting coffee, but I promise it tastes really nice when you're camping. Like, it's really good. I found this one today in Asda. It was 90p for 10 sachets, salted caramel flavour. Yum. Awesome. Also, I like this one, which just says it's just a coffee drink. It doesn't say it's actually coffee. It's like coffee flavoured drink. But it's really good. And then I've got some posher tea bags for the evening time. And then I've also brought these with me this time as well, because it's a bit more wildernessy this time. And these are water sterilising tablets in case I have to get some water from a stream or some natural source. I can pop. I've got actually loads of them. I don't think I'll need that many, but they obviously don't weigh very much. I've got gazillions of them. So that's drinking. And then my spork. I really love my spork. It's titanium. It's like the fanciest bit of cutlery ever. Yeah, it's pretty solid. And then my stove. I'll show you down here my stove. So it comes in a cook pot, which is also titanium. I did randomly put some paper towel on top because it was really, really useful last time I was away to put paper towel on it, and it stops everything rattling as well. Lighter, sponge, also stops things rattling. And then in here is the gas canister, and we did some serious experiments on how much food you can make from this by weighing it each time and doing a little bit of boiling water, and this will last me, I think, probably like at least the 3 days that I'm camping, but probably like 5 days or something. And then on top of that goes my stove. It's really, really tiny, and it goes on there. It fits in there, super small. So that's the whole thing. And then there's a pot for cooking as well. It's quite luxurious to have a cup and a pot, but I am going for it. Cool, so that's everything in that one. And then in this side, okay, I've only just bought this. This is brand new because I'm going to Scotland. And it's a midge net because apparently it's necessary. I've never used one before. I've never had to. And I've got a very, very luxurious blow-up pillow, which is actually all right. It's not too uncomfy. It's really tiny as well. And then the only other thing in here is this is my air mattress, and it's quite comfy. It's quite small. Okay, so that's that and that done. There's only one bag left, and then Ian can help me put all this stuff back in again. Right, so these undo from the sides. I might have to take this off, take it out. I think I'm going to. Gonna have to take it off. So my final bag, and in here I have a sleeping bag, and that's the only thing in here, which will keep me nice and warm at night, hopefully. Cool. So that's me completely unpacked. Brilliant. Really excited about putting all of this back in there again when I spent all afternoon doing it. So this is everything I need, hopefully, to survive out in the wilds of Scotland and the north of England. So Ian's asked me to just show you how I put things back in again, because he was very helpfully saying, oh, do I just shove the tent in? No, you don't just shove the tent in. It needs to go in the reverse order that it comes out again. So there's obviously like 4 different bits of the tent here. So the first thing I would put down is the ground sheet, but the last thing that I would put on is the outer bit of the tent. So that's the first bit that goes in. And making this sound way more complicated than it needs to be. It's so teeny, this. It's like this fabric, it's just amazing. I want a dress made of it, it's beautiful. Anyway, I digress. So that goes in first, and really squeeze it down to the bottom. And then I'll do the inner bit. And it doesn't go in a bag or anything, it just gets shoved in. I don't think it would work trying to shove it in the bag and put it on. And then the pegs, and then the ground sheet. Cool. And then the next thing I'm going to put in is my clothes, I think, so I need to repack those. Cool. Yep, so these are my clothes going back in. It's not good. And then I will put in my wash kit stuff. Oh, I just remembered, I was going to put my socks in that I hadn't put in before. My spare socks. They can go in the right place now. They're actually Ian's socks, I stole them from him. Sorry. Could have got away with that, but he's filming it. He looks a bit mad right now. And my wash kit stuff. And then we'll put in the coats as well. Like things that I could use on the day, so they're really accessible at the back buff, and the 2 coats. 2 coats, it's a lot, but at least they'll be dry and warm. And that's why my bag's really big. So I'll put the cooking stuff away again. So it's so cool how this fits exactly into that. It's just brilliant. And this is the world's teeniest, tiniest stove. Look how teeny it is. You don't necessarily need a stove when you go camping, you could just eat cold food, but it's really, really nice and it's really fun, like cooking hot drinks and cooking food and things. And then this one goes in the side. I can't remember which side it was in. We'll put it in this one. And then my cup, which I think had the porridge in it. Cup, hot drink things. This is like probably the most important thing. Don't forget the spork. I did have to eat with a toothbrush last time I went camping. Sad times. And my absolutely delicious and nutritious pasta. Cool. And then this one's easy peasy. My air mat. Which fits perfectly in there. And I can't remember what else I had in there. This side, probably the millet, the pillow, and I'll put the mosquito net in there as well. Cool. And then I put my bottles on. So this bottle has got a lid on it because it gets absolutely disgusting because it's down here and it gets all like mud flicked onto it, but obviously that means you're not eating mud. That goes in there. My shoes, which I put in a little hygienic bag, and they're going in my overflow area. I'm going to put them on the other way, they'll bend nicer. I'm going to put in here my some snacks and my bag as well, my overflow bag. And then this one is going to have my electronic stuff. Actually, the first thing is to put this. The Apogora bags have this like zippy pocket in here, so it goes really in there. And basically, you never really use cash anymore, do you? But you need to take it with you, so it just hides in there. Don't really take it out, but it's there if I need it. I've got some ID with me as well. My driving license. And that's my electronic stuff, which is annoyingly heavy, but very useful. Inner tube, pump, which I tested today because it's new and it works really nicely. I'm going to put the tissues and baby wipes, which are also really handy to have, and a plastic bag, which is quite handy. My first aid kit and my luxury pen and my really luxury notepad. It's really, really important you remember your tent poles. I'll put those back on here. So I'm going to put them under the elastic. And then we've also got this extra to put them on like really tightly so they don't fall off. But they haven't yet. They haven't yet. And then the last few things, a lock. I'm going to put that right on the top so it's really easy to get to if I need to quickly leave my bike somewhere. My headphones, lip balm, hand sanitizer, and a Lego baby. Set this one up. That was like about 70 times quicker than when I did it this afternoon. It turns out if all the stuff is down here, it's really, really quick to load it back in again, which is kind of what it's like at an actual campsite. But it's not very, it doesn't take that long to put everything down and put it away. Cool. It's taken off my handlebar bag because Ian said that he hadn't seen what was inside or how I pack it back up again. Thought we were done. That's fine. We'll keep going. So I think there's only one thing in here. Oh no, there isn't one thing in here. There are two things in here. I randomly put some noodles in here as well. So yeah, just in here, there's my sleeping bag, which is quite a big sleeping bag. It's a down sleeping bag. It's a bit of a luxury. And you have to really stuff it in. So for the third time today, I'll put my sleeping bag in here. I have got a sleeping bag liner, but I'm not taking it this time because my bike is so full and it's so heavy and there's so little room left that I decided I didn't need it. If I get cold at night, I can wear my down jacket as well as the sleeping bag. All the other bags can stay on the bike and you can unload them, but this one you can't really put it back in again without taking it off. And then the noodles. It's helpful to make this bag as small as possible because then you can comfortably put your hands on the drop handlebars. Well, I did find now I've upgraded to Di2, it's like, obviously changing is a lot smaller than it used to be. So it doesn't get in the way of the bag so much, which is really handy. Cool, and then that goes on. Right, fabulous. I think we're done now. Thanks for watching. Bye.